Stream, of course. Ray, hello. Gatorade saved me. Hello. Yes, good morning. Motherfucker, it's almost 3 p.m. How are you? I am pretty worn out. I went bar crawling last night with my friends. Dude, we went bar crawling last night, me and my friends. And fucking one of the bars had as a DJ now, I guess, that we normally go to. And I walk up to the fucking DJ at you know what, like, as you do, and I'm like, "Do you know ABBA?" Right, the artist playing right now. Do you know ABBA? And the DJ said, "What's ABBA?" And I thought you didn't hear me, so it's like, ABBA, ABBA. Do you know ABBA? And the DJ was like, "No, I have no idea who that is. I'm sorry." And he just kept playing music. And then like 2 minutes later, he started playing Dance Monkey. And I was like, you know what, guys, I think it's time to leave. So weird, by the way. Why is the music not working? It was just quiet, I'd say. I really like this model. A lot of people do. But we have deck reviews to do and stuff, everyone. Let's do the dailies, though, first. We have a new Spellify, or new crossword, I think. Yes. Noyandar. Its fangs are in your flesh before its hiss can leave your ears. That's crazy. Mana Flood. Mana Flare. This type of angel saved many Thragtusk. Oh, this is Restoration Angel. The Sleeper Scourge is Shanid. Add this to black to get Rakdos, red. Metallic Zombies from Mirrodin. Nim. New Elk is too performative? I don't care. That's the end. That's it. I don't like the new Elk. Okay. Like, I don't know. There's nothing I can do about that. Sucks. Bummer. Sorry. Anyway. What's one down? Set code for Jason Rat. Okay, I don't know. Seize this to get an extra combat step. Day. Seize the day. Who has a lot of these creatures? Abbreviation. Is it to appeal to a certain audience? It's because I wanted something new. There's no deeper meaning here. I was just like, I want a cuter model, JG, and JG was like, heard. So that's it. So Doctor Who has a lot of these creatures. Abbreviation. Weird. I Explanation with coffee doesn't work. It used to work, which is really weird. I'm trying to convince myself to make a new EDH deck, but the idea of using a 2025 as the commander hurts me. Help me with this mental block. I don't know, man. Just find a card that like really speaks to you and then build out from that. Like what really supports this card, you know what I mean? Who has doctors? That's a clever one. I like that. Yes. Its fangs are in your flesh before its hiss leaves your ears. Abbreviation. Oh, fab. Flesh and blood. Pavel from Legends. What's 12 down? A toad from Bloomborough has 20 of these. Toes. 20 toad. Dwarven Gemstone, Hauling, and Strip. Mine. Pairs fact or fiction. This is Mystic Snake. Sure. Barakos is... I know the card Barakos. Also, a cleric, rogue, warrior, and wizard. Sure. Pavel, I still don't know. Yeah, new PNG. Is this the first stream with the new PNG tuber model? Before, like, there was also the card sorting stream that did crazy well, by the way. I had like 80 viewers that stream. Link for Graveyard, the bin. Corrupt politician from Avishgar who reappeared in Thunder Junction. Let's come ball. Lands of Trimes Mutates. Ikoria. Chandler and Joven stole a rhino of this material from Ebony. What's due thanks to the Spider-Man universe is beyond rent. Mnemonic for giraffe strategy. Bread. Along with said, done. This sort of mesa and arid mesa. Set code for Garrick and Liliana's duel. And then down is set code for Jason Vraska's duel. So I'm just going to spam every letter in that until I figured it out. Replicating a shatter would make this a spree? Druid, cleric, or wizard to name a few. Like jobs or something. I don't know. This can be a thought, tome, or even a soul. Thought. Oh, a class. That makes sense. A green aligned street of Ravnica. It's Ivy Lane. Unicorn. And then... Oh yeah, this would be Scour. Oh, so it's Oak. There's Oak Street. J. Dude, I have no idea what this one is. Yeah, DD for dual decks. I know, like, yes, dual decks. Dar. Yeah, I know they're dual decks. Chat, we already have the DD for dual decks. What's the first character? That's the first character. Like, it's... This is Mystic Sake. So this is Duel Masters, like, whatever, you know. Is it P? No, it's not P. Unless maybe there's just another issue in this deck. It's DDD, really? Dude, there's no fucking way. It's just DDD is the set code? That's crazy. That sucks. Hello, gentle mind. Welcome, welcome. Okay, I think this is our record for crossword, by the way. Normally it's like about 10 minutes it takes us to beat these. Play the Spellify. This creature can't be the can't be blocked by creatures. This is like MENEA. No, it's not menace. I don't think it's shadow. SHADO. No, so it's not shadow. Intimidate. So creatures that are, unless they're like whatever. Yeah, it's intimidate. WHENEVER. This, no. By the way, if you know it, don't shout it. Whenever, this is a legendary creature, by the way. My first guess would be like Vela the Nightclad, but intimidate on a legendary creature. This is like maybe. So it's an old legendary because it has intimidate, which is fucking weird. And this is whenever. WHENEVER. No, you cannot say anything, Wraith. Please don't help. I always try to go for these in 0. Does this include flavor text or just rules text? This includes rules text only. Is this INTIN? Yeah, it's not intimidate. This is not intimidate. This creature can't be blocked by, because it would say like the colors the creature is, and none of these really match up with that. More, no. And it's not Skulk. It might be. I'm just gonna put an eye in. Yeah, it is. Okay, it is intimidate. Wait, but this is capital. Whenever. Owners. It's a Trotta. No, it's not a Trotta. Weird. Okay, so I thought it was a Trotta. Because. Oh, this is Thada Adele. Thada Adele. Fuck, what's her epithet? It's like, it's not Acquisitioner. It is Acquisitioner. It's Thada Adele. Fuck, her epithet escapes me. It's like, Acquisitioner is close. No. Fuck. I have no clue. Acquisition. Is this a word? Okay. Oh, I didn't even do normal mode. WHENEVER, a creature, EN. No, whenever a creature. Yeah, it's an enchantment, guys. Whenever a creature. This would normally be like deals combat damage. Becomes BEC. The target. No, yeah, the TARGET. Whenever a creature BECOMES, the if it's no if it OWN. This is owners. Could be whenever a player does something. PLAYER, no. Opponent. OPPONENT. Whenever a opponent, no, because this would be Anne. Whenever a non-token, NONTOKEN creature, whenever a non-token creature dies, you control, enters. Okay, so yeah, there's plenty of dice effects. What do you mean dice effects in green, dude? Crow with 1-0. Not to harp on you too much, but dice effects in green is not that crazy. I think this is like if it. So this is owners. Whenever a non-token creature you control enters, if it Deviant Fiend, thank you for getting a deck review for next week. Is it enters the battlefield or just enters? Every card with enters the battlefield has been eroded to just enters. Wouldn't non-token be hyphenated? No, you are misremembering. I definitely note it. Okay, great. Yeah, like draw a card is here. if it... Whenever a creature... Is this just, Guardian Project? Like, you just don't control a thing with another name? Yeah, that guy. That's pretty simple then. Okay, so... let's do some deck reviews, I guess. That's what we're all here for, right? Kyodai will likely not be at the stream, so please do it without me. All right, understood. Arctic Proxy. By the way, Elk, where's Disco Elysium? I've been busy doing like real life shit for a little bit. So I am going to finish Disco Elysium. I might stream tomorrow, but like, yeah, there's been a lot of like partying with friends recently, so I've kind of just been out and about instead of like cooped up, which is normally when I like to do bonus streams like that. But anyway, we have a Kyodai deck here. Let's read the blurb. Will likely not be at the stream, Arctic. This is my 5-color Blink control deck centered around controlling people's boards and hands until they essentially have no resources left. And a repeated blink of removal can answer anything they draw. It's my baby and I've been working on it, playtesting it for a long time. No restrictions except no OG duels and trying to keep the deck in bracket 3. Not too many issues with the deck, just trying to see if anything I missed would be more efficient with a bit more velocity. Okay, well, I'm going to just try playing testing this out and see how it feels. And then we'll kind of go from there. Rogran Triome, next turn. Scalding Tarn, let's see if you have Surveil Lance. You do not have Surveil Lance. Okay, so this is just a big issue. If you are a slower deck, you just need Surveil Lance now. Like, that's just the point. And in fact, I would cut Triomes in order to enable Surveils. So let's take into account what your colors are. You're mostly Jeskai from what I'm seeing, although you do have splashes of green and black throughout. I think mostly I kind of want to cut like the Zagoth because black and green are your splashes here. You're mainly 3 colors there. Black, red, like at least this is red and blue. But like I think we keep the Jeskai Triumph Spars headquarters, and then we just cut the other Triumphs for Surveils. And that's because, like, you're not rocking, like, a triple-pipped red spell or anything. And this is a land, so you don't have to really worry about casting Pinnacle Monk. So, and we also need some amount of basics. I know it's really hard to fit basics in a deck like this, but you need, like, 2. Bare minimum. Because if you get Besaged or something, it feels, like, awful. When, or not Besaged, a better example, Path to Exiled, whatever. It feels awful when you can't search for something off of it. So... once again, we're just going to keep Spars headquarters, I think. Just keep Spars headquarters. And then we're going to go up Surveil Lands. So I kind of like the Surveil Lands here that have your off colors on them, but also have a main color on them. So, like, I wouldn't put the red-black one in here, but I would put all the Jeskai ones, of course. Like, Raucous Theater can't go in. This is both of your splash colors. But a Shadowy Backstreet probably would work really well. Wait, did I accidentally add a different land with Surveil on it? Like a silly goose? Okay, I don't think so, actually. We're good. We're safe from the silly goose allegations. What makes Surveil more beneficial than Scry here? Savant Cloud, you can fetch these lands. You cannot fetch the Scry lands. When they make fetchable Scry lands, sure, we can talk about it. But until then, these are mechanically just different things. Like, you can't even really compare them to the Scry lands at all, because these are fetchable, the Scry lands are not. So yeah, but the main thing is, okay, you do have a actually pretty respectable land count. I would probably rock one more land. You definitely cannot go below 40 in Kyodai. And that's mostly just because except the extra creatures. Whenever one or more non-token creatures enter, if one of them or them entered from exile was cast from exile, you draw a card. Okay, that's pretty good. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. This is a controlling deck. You need to hit your land drop every turn. I'm gonna put a Lorien Revealed in as my choice of land here. Probably gonna go down to Cardor. It's once again just both of your splash colors, which is pretty hard. But it is good to flicker. That's the one thing with Cardor. Maybe you go down Ravenous Choop. I think it's Ravenous, actually. Alright, playtest. Discard. Draw. Spar's Headquarters tap. Next. Bloodstained Mire. Pass. And here's the great thing about Surveil lands. Or I guess you cycle Lorien Revealed first. Do we cycle? This might just be a cast Lorien kind of game. Yeah, let's just Bloodstained Mire. Oh, Surveil. So here we go. We need, in this hand, black and red. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the black-white Surveil. And then we will Surveil 1. Collector Oof. Probably don't need that. Graveyard it. Next turn. Morphic Pool. Not Morphic Pool, sorry. Reflecting Pool. The other pool in our hand. And then we can tap for black, green, 1. Honest Rutston. Collector Oof back to hand. Next turn. Morphic Pool is land for turn. And here we're missing red. But here's the thing. We don't need red. Right? Like, Marju's Siegebreaker isn't really doing that much right now. We don't have a lot of flicker targets. You know what is doing a lot? Elesh Norn Mommy. So let's get that Ellie Norn in play. Next turn. Okay, great. Now we want a land drop. So we Lorien Revealed. This is where we would have missed a land drop, by the way, Chad, if we didn't go up to 40 lands, which is detrimental to a control deck like this. So we're going to Island Cycle Lorien Revealed for Thundering Falls, because now we kind of are getting into that zone where we want a red. Dink, Thundering Falls, Surveil 1. Witch Enchanter can go to graveyard. And then we pass. Someone goes removal spell, and you go Kyodai Flash, protect Elesh Norn and Honest Rutston with the ETB. This is really fun that you can double the ETB of this. Oh, we should have Surveilled 2, by the way. Surveil 1, Surveil 1, because this was a Surveil land entering, which is double triggered by Norn. Let's keep Mana Confluence on top. All right, next turn. Mana Confluence. So now we have all 5 colors of mana. We can probably go green, white. Illidomri's Call. Type creature. Let's get Displacer Kitten, which has to be in the deck. It's not in the deck. Wow. That's crazy. But I mean, you don't have that many non-creatures, I suppose. So it makes a little sense. Spar's Headquarters, Morphic Pool, Soul Herder. One, 2, Archon of Emirium. Flicker Kyodai. Kyodai comes back on Elesh Norn and Archon. This gets a counter. Next turn. Okay, there's Riptide. That's pretty brutal. So here, I think the correct answer is just to go green, green, Eternal Witness. Pick up Illidomri's Call. Pass. And then you go white, white, Orum's Chant on your turn. And for the flicker, we can just flicker Ewit, get Lorien Revealed back. So we Orum's Chant you. Next turn. Selfless Spirit. And then we have at least one Orange Chant every single turn. But here, Displacer Kitten with Orange Chant and Eternal Witness is like a hard goddamn lock. You know what I mean, chat? Where you go, Orange Chant, you flicker this with Displacer Kitten. After Orange Chanting, you get the Orange Chant back to your hand. I'm going to guess that's not what you want, right? But it is something to consider as a line. Where even though you don't have a lot of non-creature spells, you can also add Teferi, which makes your opponents only able to play at sorcery speed. Either Teferi works here, actually. Only cast spells as though they, at any time they can cast a sorcery, and then 3-mana Teferi also works for this. And the big thing about these two Teferis, Time Raveler and Temporal Archmage, or whatever it's called, is with that ephemerate, I mean, it's also 2 white pips for each kicked Orange Chant there. I suppose so. But still, like, this is a very strong loop. There's another loop you could probably be running, something like a if what might be a lot better is something like gosh, it'd be like Glen Elendra Archmage, right? So you have Glen Elendra, counter target non-creature spell. And normally people would go like, oh, persist, let's put in Solemnity. But Solemnity is really, really slow and bad with most other cards in your deck. Like, it doesn't have any synergy with them. So what I typically recommend for the Glen Elendra Archmage here is, like, you can maybe go I have another deck that uses this loop very well, because Glen Elendra Archmage is brutal with the sorcery speed enablers and rule of laws. So what you want to do is, Soul Herder's okay at doing this, but it's not the best. I see, this is the more angel-y build. Oh, Kaikar would be very good, but like Kaikar, nah. Seriously, for real, considering sort by date. Wizard Hell. So, oh wait, no, this isn't it either. No, it is. This is it. So the idea here is Glen Elendra Archmage, Kaikar, Archaeomancer, Micromancer with Ephemerate. So you could do Ephemerate loop tricks on the Glen Elendra, I suppose, but is there a better way to enable Glen Elendra every turn? Scholar of New Horizons isn't bad. You have Preston, too? Actually, Preston works with Glen Elendra, doesn't it? That's my trades. So, because Glen Elendra comes back into play with the Persist, and then you get a trigger from Preston that goes, oh, you didn't cast it. Well, you get a token. That's an 0/1 White Illusion. But then, this one, the token doesn't persist. True. So we need something else then. So we need something else. Cathar's Crusade is like so slow though. I don't want to pay 5 mana for an enchantment. Oh, you do Gift of Immortality. That's what works really well. Intriguing. Do we make this a Gift of Immortality deck is the question. Because you have other enchantments that matter, like Thassa. Teleportation Circle. It's not a bad idea. And then you can basically just infinitely counter non-creatures, and they only get one of those a turn. That could be something. I don't know if I like Felidar Guardian. I know it's stupid with Preston, but like I'm begging you guys, please. Thalia's Lancers is too slow. I'm not gonna beat around the bush here, guys. I don't know if Thalia's Lancers is that good, even with a Felia deck. Like I'd almost rather you play the Sariema. Like if we're doing that, which I don't even know if we are. I think you just draw it and have a chill time, or you just do it with the other 3 mana card. Because spending 5 mana is like a lot to ask for in a deck like this, which isn't ramping that hard. Not a big fan of coiling. We can probably get one of these discard dorks. But, I'm kind of vibing with the rest of this. Maybe Clifftop Lookout. Like, I don't know what we need the ramp for. Your Sholta feels like overkill. No, it does not trigger enters phasing out. No, no, no. Okay, I like Malik. Malik's fun. Okay, so now what we're going to add. The package. Let's get Moon Bless Cleric, which can tutor up Teleportation Circle or Thassa. Gift of Immortality. And this can also get got by... Oh, you don't have Recruiter. Recruiter the Guard. Right, Recruiter the Guard can go grab Moonbless Cleric because it has 2 toughness. Moonbless Cleric can go grab Teleportation Circle. Also, Recruiter can go grab one of the best sloops you can have is Soul Herder or Felia. Anyway, Gift of Immortality's in. It's just a decent protection spell, but also it comes back every single time, and that works really well with the Glenelendra Archmage, which of course works with all of your Rule of Laws, which then, and by all of your Rule of Laws, I mean exactly one of them. Like you have 1 Rule of Law, it looks like. I love the new avatar, but why the belt? What do you mean, why the belt? Huh? Why do you have a belt? I'm gonna add both of the Teferis, I think. I want to move this more into Rule of Lawing. And then we can kind of do some Glenelendra Archmage BS. Oh, true. Okay, there's a belt, but it's overalls. Ha ha ha. That's very funny. However, have you ever considered that it just gives visual detail? Why does everyone on fucking Innistrad wear belts? Those things aren't keeping anything up. They just look cool. Not vibing with the Spark Double here. It feels a little win more. If you have that much shit you need to protect, you're already like in a really good position. Okay, great. So we have Teferi to stop instant speed plays. We have other Teferi to stop instant speed plays. And then you have the Glenelendra Archmage kicking around with a Gift of Immortality attached to it. And then a Rule of Law creature like Archon of Emeria. And what that means is that everyone gets 1 spell a turn. If it's a non-creature, you get to counter it for 1 blue mana. And then you still have another spell that turn anyway. With all these 1-drop spells, I kind of want to add Micromancer to your deck as well. And if anything, Micromancer makes me want to take out Expel the Interlopers as your board wipe and put in High Noon. Or no, it's not High Noon. Mana value equals 1. Destroy. Lose abilities. Final Showdown. Right? This is a 1 mana instant that can get tutored by Micromancer. And you already have 2 protected things under Kyodai, and you can protect a 3rd thing with the Final Showdown. So the Micromancer is fun here. All right, let's give it a playtest now. Deal another hand, playtest. Okay. So we'll start with the Surveil 1 after drawing our card. So Surveil 1. Gift of Immortality stays on top. All right, great. breeding pool, which we will dock in so we can play rat. Okay, great. Next turn. Let's get Honest Rutston in play. I mean, we kind of just have to like drop Selfless Spirit here, and then that's it. Pass. Like we need board protection more than anything. Well, we need mana more than anything. By the way, I added a land to this deck. So 1, 2, 3, Preston, Ephemerate, Burglar Rat, Dink. You get a copy, and then so that's 2 ETBs of Burglar Rat. Next turn, it's another 2 ETBs of Burglar Rat. Then you go Elegant Parlor, Surveil 1, Polluted Delta to Graveyard, and you go 1, 2, 3, Gift of Immortality on Selfless Spirit, and now this is like kind of fucking locked up because you sacrifice Selfless Spirit. Gift of Immortality goes, hey, end step, bring this, or no, Gift of Immortality goes, bring it back. Like it brings it back now. When it comes back, you get a 0/1 spirit version of it, and then the gift attaches on the end step. So you actually have an infinite, not an infinite, but once per turn, you have a Selfless Spirit clone. So this is Gift of Immortality working really well for you. Next turn, think 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, Balloon Boy, Dink, or non-token. So we sadly don't get 2. But anyway, good luck getting through this. You need Farewell, is the answer. You need Farewell or Massacre Worm before we care. Which is a pretty good position to be in, I found. Honestly, you're probably ripping everyone's hands to shreds. So I don't even Kefka's like aren't their hands empty by the time you get to Kefka? Like, if anything, I want you to run something like the Familiar, where it says, like, if they don't have a card in their goddamn hand, they loot, like, you draw a card, right? If they can't discard a card this way, you win, you know? That's something to think about. I don't know if I want to make that change necessarily, but... Anyway... I think I'll just drop this into chat here. That should hopefully also go into YouTube chat for you to get later. Yes. Okay. Thank you for getting a deck review. Next up. 5th. Do we have 5th here? Acklazot's attacks. I think we want to focus more on entry. Hello, 5th. Let's duplicate this deck and read your blurb and get these cards out of the sideboard. Okay, it's 37 lands as a war crime. And you're also Dr. Signets, I can see. Alright, 5th. The idea is to work... the idea of the deck was to work with infinite airbend with cards like Appa or Gyatso, Shaman and Core, Shuko being discounted by Doc Orlock to control while getting them into play. Probably winning the game by generating tokens from Appa, holding up protection until my next turn will swing with the team. Also getting value from Kellen while casting with airbending. Wanted to play with the new avatar cards and thought airbending was a cool mechanic. Already had Doc Orlock in Appa in my pre-release. My pod feels like it's playing somewhere between bracket 2 and low bracket 3. I've started off with adding a lot of cast from hand effects to activate Kellen, but I've been slowly cutting them in favor of more blank. Been slowly making changes for around the last few weeks, watching content like yours and Rebel. I really think there's 2 different decks being made here, but I like Bant. Most of the cards I've been buying are no more than $3 to $5, so keep them there. Willing to go around $10 if you think it's absolutely necessary. Okay, so pretty budget ads. Right now, I've never been able to do the infinite airbending setup in my games. I'm usually having to get the more explosive Spellslinger player by spending in check by playing removal. Okay, this is something we can work with. Also, Kellen, as a commander, doesn't usually do a whole lot and requires a lot of setup. I'm willing to change commanders, and I wouldn't do that necessarily. From anywhere other than your hand, you may cast a permanent spell with equal or less mana value from your hand without paying its mana cost. If you don't, you may put a land from your... Okay, like, no, this is cheating stuff. Like, if you airbend something huge, like a fucking... like a Sagu Wildling, I guess. I think Warp would be very good for your deck, but the issue is a lot of Warp cards are very expensive. So we could go with like a 1-drop kind of package and do Warp with the Angel and stuff. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to cut most of your ramp in its current form. I don't like the signets. We're in white. Why are we running Sleep Magic? Okay. Okay. We're getting a little expensive here. I don't like this without untappers. One with the multiverse makes some amount of sense, I would say. I don't know if I really like it, though. One free spell a turn's like, come on. The blue warp creature, not the Riddler, should be cheap. Okay, so when we say the blue warp creature, I immediately think of Riddler. Starwinder, the giant Leviathan. Yeah, 8-drop in a 37 land. Like, that's part of the issue. Is like the lands, we need more room to put some lands in here. Okay, so I don't like Vizier of the Menagerie. Acidic Slime is really slow. Sagu Wildling is a land. Okay, so we do have 38 lands now with Sagu Wildling. We do already have a warp creature. This is so slow. 6 mana and I can start foretelling cards? No. It's fun, but it's slow. Yasholta. I don't know how to feel about Yasholta. I think it's just too slow. And, like, yeah, that's about it. Okay, Diluvian Primordial Coma, why not? You need some amount of top end. Aetherize should probably go. I do like Ghostway. Not a fan of Momentary Blink. It is better than the Cloud Shift that some people run, but... Right, Rampant Growth, Cultivate out. Okay. So we have some slots to play with now. We have 38 lands currently. Let's just add Lorien. I think refilling your hand is going to be pretty important. And then it's also just a land, of course. So now we're at 39 lands. If you want to count Soul Ring, we're at 40, kind of. But let's add one more, I think. Probably something like... Are you reviewing decks by competitiveness or by what is fun? By what's fun? Like, this person's playing at bracket 2 and 3, so we're editing the deck to stay at that power level. So... She is so costly. That's the big issue, Amoxie, is like... Yasholta is 6 mana, which is absurdly expensive. When something like Soul Herder, right? We saw it in the other deck, is 3. So, if anything, Recruiter of the Guard should be in this deck as well. It's just a very similar deck to the last one. It's a $5 card. It lets you get Soul Herder, but also it lets you go and grab... we have Thalia's Lancers too. We already have Felia? No, we don't. But probably take out Thalia's Lancers. Like, we're ramping a little bit more than other decks, but I think Felia and Recruiter are required for this kind of deck, where we're like flickering a lot. How many 2 toughness creatures do we have? A lot, actually, at the top end here. So you have decent options. Yasholta as a 4-drop would be crazy. Like, Thassa and Teleportation Circle is the rate for a 4-drop. How much is Witch Enchanter? Okay, $3, $3. Okay, so this is... Oh, wait, this is already in the deck. Great. Beautiful. So, also, this lets you find Doc Arlock, though. So, you wanted to play with Doc Arlock? Dude, just find him. People are always like, oh, tutors are so boring. Don't you get bored winning the same way? Like, if I built a deck around Doc Arlock, I want to kind of get Dark Arlock every time. So, shove it, I guess. Like, I mean, I would rather have you tutoring for the card you find interesting in your deck than just not doing an interesting thing during a game. Muddle the Mixture. Muddle the Mixture also works. It's already in. But Recruiter lets you get Doc Arlock. It doesn't let you get Appa, which is an issue. Or does it let you get Monkiatsu, though? Where's Gyatso? What? I thought you said you had Gyatso in this deck. Okay, doesn't let you get Gyatso either. But I literally took him out. Lol, it wasn't doing anything. Well, what about like Lightning Greaves? Like Lightning Greaves is like pretty generically okay. You can tutor it for Muddle the Mixture. What about like I was gonna say like Nomads and Core, but it's kind of like too little of like an effect. It doesn't really do enough. But you could run something like because like Nomads lets you target forever. So you pay 0, you target a creature you control, Monkiatsu airbends it. Right, like consider it. Because that's part of a tutor package with the whatever. Doc Arlock has 3. No, it has 3 toughness. Fuck. So you can't Recruiter it. Bummer. Okay, so that makes Recruiter worse. So that's why you wanted the Legendary Tutor, but let's just do it with the Seriema. Right, the Seriema lets you tutor a legendary creature for 3 mana instead of 5. And you can still flicker this with Felia. Right, like that works. All right, let's get rid of Soul Herder, I think, which seems weird, but I promise I'm cooking here. So let's get Nomads back in. And then we do Mother of Runes. Insidious Fungus. Spore Frog. So now we have a 1-drop package and we can put the Warp Angel in. Starfield Shepherd. So look, removal and ramp, protection, and also Monk Gyatso triggers. Monk Gyatso combo piece, fog. Way to get all of those combined. How much is Eladamri's call? Like $8. I think it's $8. Oh, it's like 6 because it got reprinted in the dog shit bonus sheet. What does this one look like? Oh, that one's like not that bad. A lot of these are really bad. This one's like not the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Time of Need does exist. I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, Time of Need is actually probably good enough. Who am I kidding? Search library for a legendary creature card. So just get Doc Arlock or get Monk Gyatso. Okay, so you now have Lightning Greaves, which can target at will. You now have Nomads and Core, which can target at will. You have Starfield Shepherd, which can get the other thing. You have Muddle the Mixture, which can get the Lightning Greaves. Right, so now we are cooking. Parting Gust is a really good suggestion, by the way. Surprised it's not in. Oh, Parting Gust is in already. Yep, so we can do the Doc Arlock combo stuff, and we're more dedicated to it now. Is Otherworldly Journey worth it? I think so, right? Whenever you cast your airbended creature, you just draw a card and win. Right, you just draw your whole deck. You can gain infinite life. Yeah, I think Parting Gust is actively like better than like a soul. Like if you had to pick between Swords and Parting Gust and Commander, I think you pick Parting Gust like almost every time. Yeah, let's do Otherworldly Journey. I kind of like that it's a flicker spell, and then also it lets you cheat. Oh, not Journey. Otherworldly. Can I ask why you cut the Signets? I see them as being able to ramp faster than most decks. Is it just because green's in the deck? Apologies for reposting. No, okay, so it's a decent question to ask. What's the name of the card? Fuck. X, draw, cast, exile, entered. Other extraordinary journey, my bad. So, why did you cut the signets? What are we using the mana for? Even Solemn Simulacrum should probably go. What are we using the mana for? We're skipping our turn 2. Why? We could be developing Thalia. We could be playing the reality chip. We could be Starfield Shepherding. We could be holding up a counterspell. Like, there's your curve goes 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a large gap. Top end. Like, there's some 5 drops, but then there's top end. This deck isn't happy going turn 2 rock, turn 3, 4 drop. Like, oh, great. We get to play Restoration Angel on curve. Small problem. There's no creatures in play. Like, we're a slower deck. You can just lean into that. You don't have to actually ramp at all. You can just develop good creatures. A deck that does ramp, that's like similar, like creature focused, is my Kellen deck. And this ramp has top end to go into on turn 5 that I desperately want to play as early as possible. And here's the thing. All of my ramp is on creatures. I am Elvish Harbingering. I have Dorks. Like, I have 1 Nature's Lore, 3 visits, right? But, like, all my other ramp is on creatures. Because they're going to be Dorks. They're going to enter and find a land, right? That's what this deck is doing. Yeah, my commander isn't ramp. What are you talking about? Also, yeah, Kellen the Kid just ramps. That's what you mean. I see. But still, anyway, we have 8 cards to add. Let's get around to doing that. So, I was going to ask if I could have a look at my Seriema deck, ally deck, instead of my Simic deck, but I'm going to learn my lesson for this time. All right, so moving on. Ajax Nullies for the tier 2. So, I think a Champion of Lambholt. This is for everything's awful. Everything's awful. Everything's failed. It doesn't matter. We're killing people with this lady. Right? We have a lot of creatures entering. This lady grows. We kill them. Right? I like that. That's a play pattern I can get behind. Next up is Eternal Witness, which is already in the deck. So let's do Timeless. I like to have multiple witnesses like this for the ephemerate stuff, which is pretty valuable. Do you have a favorite Blink commander? I was looking at Nico. I don't know if I have a favorite Blink commander. There's a lot of like fun Blink strategies you can do. I mean, Kellen like is a Blink deck a little bit. I don't really have a Blink commander, do I? Like, Kellen's kind of the closest. I do some blinking stuff, but it's not like the main strategy. I think my major issue with like full-on Blink decks is that they do struggle to close out the game unless you're doing combo stuff. But if you're a combo deck, Blink's awesome, right? The urge to add Emrakul to this deck is very strong, but I'm going to avoid it. I just want to make it known that this card is very, very funny with the Monkey Yatso loop. But any card works in the Monkey Yatso loop, so it's kind of like a nothing thing, like a nothing burger to say that. Like, if you're already doing Monkey Yatso loops, you're probably drawing infinite cards and then winning, right? Okay, so let's find some more creatures that we kind of like casting. And I think what that's going to look like, I kind of want to add more 1-drops, like a Thraben Inspector would be cute, but you have to crack the clue every time, which is actually an issue. Maybe we should just add like another land. So I'll put like Kabir Takedown. Yeah, cutting Lonis sounds pretty actually good. All right, we'll put Kabir Takedown as another land. Thraben Charm should probably be in this deck. Very good removal spell. 5 more slots. You could maybe do like Displacer Kitten, like I mentioned earlier. Oh, you could do the cute raccoon thing, right? You go Bramble Familiar, and then you airbend it, and then you can cast the Fetch quest for free, or for 2 mana off of airbending. That's something. That people are doing that in Standard, even though it's dog shit. Wait, you can airbend the Adventure? What you do is you play 2 mana Bramble Familiar, and then you airbend the Bramble Familiar, and then all airbending says is, as long as that shit's exiled, like let's read airbending. View details. It doesn't have reminder text. That's so cool. Monkeyatso. Exile it. When it's exiled, its owner may pay 2 mana rather than its mana cost. So yeah, you can just airbend that adventure for 2 mana. There's not a lot of really good adventures like that, though. Right, like cheap creature expensive adventure is not something you typically see. There's a couple of them, like you can make 3 bears. Little mid. Giant Killer I kind of like. It's a ramp spell. Yeah, it's typically like cheaper adventure and then expensive creature. The flash on Brazen Borrower is pretty fun. What are your thoughts on the Marvel set so far? I don't even want to think about it, honestly. I'm not thinking about Marvel until lore wins out. I just refuse. Maybe you do like the giant here. But yeah, generally speaking, I'm looking at all these. I'm like not really that interested besides the giant killer and Brazen Bee. All right, moving on. I'll give you 1 arcane signet. And then we could probably add like a mana dork like Avacyn's Pilgrim. And then that's it. Let's play test. So, draw. Enters tapped. Next turn. Let's warp our battle babe. Let's get Mother of Runes. This is in the warp zone. Okay, great. White, Mother of Runes. 1 green, Bramble Familiar. Next turn. Plains. 1, 2, 3. Helen. Pass. Protect something. Next turn. Yavimaya Coast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Starfield Shepherd. Oop, we cast a spell from anywhere other than our hand. We may cast a permanent spell with equal or lesser mana value from our hand without paying its mana cost. Lavinia. Anyway, we get a mana value 1 thing. War Frog. Here's Sprog. Sack it during the big stompy player's turn. Protect your other thing. Next turn. Witch Enchanter. Pass. 1, 2, 3, 4. Restoration Angel. You're Lavinia. That's annoying as fuck. Like, We're locking in here. All right, next turn. Boiling Oracle, blue, green, dink. Beast Whisperer to hand, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beast Whisperer. Great. Pass. Alright. Stack Resto. Flare Fortitude. Fog and also protect my board. Next turn. Dink. 1, 2, 3. Draw 2 cards. 1, 2, 3. Wow, we don't have 2 blue. That's crazy. Oh, we tapped out like that. So let's just tap right. Return this permanent to its owner's hand. Draw a card. Next turn. Forest. 1 white. Starfield Shepherd. Draw a card. Also, view library. Mana value equals 1. Insidious Fungus. Close and shuffle. Green. Insidious Fungus. Draw a card off Beast Whisperer. There's Airbender Ascension. 1, 2. Airbender Ascension, the Bramble Familiar. 1, 2. Bramble Familiar. Fetch quest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put Coma into play. Like, this is doing stuff. We are churning through cardboard. Let's see if we can get a Doc Arlock game, though. Try one. Bramble Familiar, top. Next turn. Dink, dink, dink. Bramble Familiar. Next turn. Dink. Green, 1. So here, we should Time of Need for... No. Let's just develop Kellen. Bramble Familiar, Cycle Lorien revealed. So we just get a basic island, I guess. Next turn. Island. White 1. Airbender Ascension. Oh, white 1. Airbender Ascension this. And then you cast the fetch quest. So email 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put the anti-causal vestige into play. Green 1. Cast the creature half. So whenever a creature you control enters, put a quest counter. Put a quest counter. We also cast something from exile, so we get to put a 7 drop or less from our hand into play. So Diluvian Premonitor. Let's just draw 2 cards. Next turn. Here's Elite Spellbinder. Green 1, Time of Need. Monk, Iazzo. Reality Chip. Oh, we don't have more blue. I need to hold a counterspell this turn is the thing. Let's just play Doc Arlock. Pass. Scary monster. And then... Oh, no, you can't play that either. No. Terrible. Whatever. Just pass. Hold counterspell. Bink. Next turn. Sunpetal Grove. So... Gyatso. Is it really Gyatso? Let's just equip the reality chip, huh? Think. We can look at the top card now. An island. Okay. Sure. Next turn. Like, we're stalling out a little bit, it feels. Cast Aether Channeler off the top. Get Doc Arlock for free. Draw a card. Guess we're just passing. You just go dink, 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 dink. Resto Angel. Flicker Anti-Causal Vestige. Draw a card. We can put a permanent card into play on your end step. Put Monkey Yatso into play. We also get a flicker from this. Let's just draw another card off Aether Channeler. Next turn. I mean, we're winning right now with just Akroma's Will. So I'm looking at this Elite Spellbinder. I'm like, what if this was actually the Recruiter of the Guard? Then we could have gotten Starfield Shepherd, which could have gotten Nomads and Core, and then you have infinite casts. So, okay, maybe we do run another creature tutor. So it's probably just going to be Recruiter. It kind of does a lot of the same things, actually, that the Starfield Shepherd does. Because it can get just about every 1-drop we have, and then some more. Why not? We're a creature heavy deck. I think this is good to go with that swap. What would you do if they added Game of Thrones for Universes Beyond set? I would care about as much about that set as I would Marvel. I don't know. There's I just don't care about Game of Thrones either. It's like or you're practically asking me if do I like Game of Thrones, and the answer is not particularly. I didn't watch it. It's not my kind of fantasy, and so at that point, it's like, damn. All right, Moxie, hello, you are here. I did see you. Commander. Advanced options, because you are an architect user. From URL. Great. No problem, Fifth. Thank you for getting a deck review. All right, so, Moxie. I need help whittling down a very jank Esper Artifact Mill life gain slop deck. Okay. Swap to its barest essentials, please. This is my 4th or 5th time attempting to build a unique mill game plan, and my 3rd time trying to build with more specifically Hope Estium in mind. What the hell is this? I see. Rex is the amount of life you gain this. Yeah, 37 lands. The very core of the deck is Hope, and I want to get them out as much as possible. With effects like tutors and stuff, Proteus staff, muddle to make sure to find them consistently. Oh, we're Proteus staffing. That's pretty crazy. This iteration of deck was conceived when I read Hope and realized how he's sick as a commander, but how useless he would be as a commander, because you would never get to mill somebody out if they're in the command zone. Why? As a result, he has to be in the 99 of whatever deck. I don't know what you mean with that, but okay. So I do like the Call to Mind. Maddening Cacophony. Do we have the stupid River Turn? So you already have a combo in here. Because you go Maddening Cacophony. Each opponent mills 8. Or mills half their library. And then you go, okay, activate River Turn. Creatures 2? Yeah, Creatures 2. This is a Proteus staff deck. Yeah, Singularity Rupture's already here as well. So you have River Turn, Monument, Singularity. Or Maddening Cacophony. Either works. Isn't it that one sorcery like someone mills equal to your life total? Target player mills cards equal to your life total. Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, it's in here too. That's weird because it says add to main deck. I don't see it. What do you mean? Clutch the Undercity. Ew. Anyway, we need to make more room for lands, so let's stop kidding ourselves and get to that. Double Strike equipped creature has Double Strike equipped 4, crew 2. Wow, what a fun card. I'm trying to get in your mind right now. Why are we running Rover Blades? To give Mindskinner Hope Double Strike? How many lands should I run if Show and Tell's the win con? Like 40 still? I don't know. There's no excuse not to run 40 anymore. Because, like, you want to be able to hardcast your threats in the late game is the only thing, I think. Okay, I don't like all this. Like, or add a weird pre-win at least mentions your life total. Yeah, a double Miller, I understand that much, but... But I don't know if I like this Voltroning. I think the Voltroning is not the best unless we actually turn them into a 40-40. We're just in we're an Esper deck. Okay. Yeah, I like the pre-wear, formal wear. I don't like the swords. Body might make sense. What's your opinion on the best website to play Magic Online? I really like Tabletop Simulator. I like Cockatrice. Those are about it, really. I don't really play. I don't have any experience with anything else. I don't like the swords. Cosmos Elixir. Because, like, if you're hitting someone for 40 goddamn damage with Hope, you kill them. They're dead. That's not mill. I don't like Cosmos Elixir. It's very slow. Yeah, I just don't like the equipment angle here. Usually they chump, so double strike sucks. Because if they chump block, you don't get the double strike damage. Right? Alright, let's get more lands in here. Holy shit, it's 23 with 37, including MDFC. That's hilarious. Oh, I also don't like Strionic that much. I'd rather you be on the room. Right, the one room that doubles all triggers. But both of your creatures are legendary, so it's a little bit weird. Oh shit, I didn't realize that. What do you mean when you didn't realize that? What is this song's genre? I would call Stomach Book rock. Okay, anyway. What lands do we want to run? Probably some fucking basics, you lunatic. Have you guys never seen a Path to Exile in your entire life? I like the Cryptic version. I wish it was, yeah, so it's tutorable with Perplex. Okay, great. Lots of artifacts. The band is really funny. No, I don't really listen to them. Uthros, what are we fucking crewing this with? Hopes and dreams? Let's put all of our prayers and wishes into the fucking station cost of this, because you're not... Come on. Okay. What lands should we be running? Or what equipment should we be running and like stuff to gain like a billion life? We already have the Beacon of Immortality. Let's add Bulls' Citadel, I think. You're gaining a bunch of life? Great. Make it into mana. You also just don't have that many lands, right? You have 26 real lands. So you're not going to hit like dead bricks that often. Are we bracket 2? Like, I don't even know what fucking bracket this deck is. All I know is like, damn, Bulls' Citadel, Beacon of Immortality. Let's go farming. $26 real lands. Yeah, 26 real lands. 40 MDFCs. Or not 40 MDFCs, but the rest is MDFCs. God, it makes me want to run Children of Corliss so bad. But we can't because you're a stupid polymorph deck. We want Revival Revenge? Yes. Absolutely. Revival Revenge is actually a really good shout out. Because it can reanimate Hope or the Mind Skinner. And then the other mode is like double your life total. Also, wait, do we have Reliquary Tower? No, we don't. Very good. Guildless Commons is scuffed as fuck, though. Arid Archway. And the reason why is because you have a triple blue card. I know you're like probably not planning on casting the Mind Skinner. But we can't be running triple blue and then also not run enough blue sources for it. Like, that's just not how this works. ID, blue, type, land, sort, USD. I mean, we could just run fetches and surveils, right? No budget restrictions. Okay, great. Misty, Scalding Tarn. All right, well, we can run on color fetches. So it'd be blue white is Flooded Strand. Blue black is Polluted Delta. And then white black is oh, come on, come to me. I'm blanking. Oh, Tainted Sigil. Yeah, thank you, chat. That's actually a really good recommendation. I forgot that there is just a Children of Corliss in artifact form. Marsh Flat, thank you. Marsh Flat's in. And then a couple surveils. So let's add the Meticulous Archive. And the other blue one, which will be Under City Sewer. All right, great. Now we have 27 real lands, but a few of those are fetch lands, right? Which replace themselves very easily. Let's play test this. I actually do think you want like 41 lands in this deck. It's slow enough where like you kind of want it. Let's Hollowed Fountain Shock, River Churn, Watery Grave. Nettle Cyst. Azorius Chancery. Why do we have a... Oh, because you just have so many MDFCs that you're trying to bounce land them, I see. Let's play tapped Midgar. Solve the equation. Or... whatever the hell. You don't want Fabricate? For some reason, I feel like Fabricate's better than solve the equation. But either way, we have the combo here where you go like next turn. Okay, great. Chump block with whatever the hell. And then here you go like Azorius Chancery or Watery Grave. And then you play Planisphere, chump block with it. Next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Singularity Rupture. Everyone mills. Next turn. You win, right? Like, that's a turn 7 win. It's not bad. This adds mana equal to your life total, right? Yep. I've only got a couple in case I need my MDFCs back. Yeah, I think that's fine. Why not run a Loro in Command Zone? I mean, that's a good point, but also a major reason why not is because Proteus Staff, right? Proteus Staff works really well with Silas Timna. And then Silas also works really well with, like, Tainted Sigil. So there are reasons. Okay, I don't know if I really like Mind Crank that much. Because we're not really running Mind Crank combos. Alhemmer's Archive's also pretty mid. I want like a Fabricate here. Or we can do Scour for Scrap. Right? Drop Deserted Beach. Next turn. Like, this is just where it's a little awkward to have a bounce land. Is like, we want to kind of curve out, or you control 2 or more other lands. Like, I think we might be getting too cute here. Like, these bounce lands have been clunky both times we played them. I think you can keep like 1 as a treat, but generally speaking, I'm like just not that into it. Mirror awkward. And you don't run an Orzhov Basilica. So yeah, maybe we just keep the Azorius Chancery. Like, just keep 1, but like otherwise, like just go up on other planes. I think this is good. Or maybe we run this is another Lorien deck. Right. I think this is pretty decent now. So now you have Bolsa Citadel BS you can do, which is really strong. Vigilance H, bro. Short bow? Huh? Wait, no. There's like some more equipment in here that are weird. Stack this. Yeah, weird card inclusions, I feel here. I like the it grows with each artifact equipment. Those are funny. You might even be able to get away with running like the auras that do that as well, like all like glitters. Right? Every deck is a Lorien deck. What about a Rakdos deck? That's not a Lorien deck. Whenever an ability of the equipped creature is activated. What ability of huh? What abilities are we activating on creatures? I'm confused. Hope or Tymna? They don't have activated abilities. Those are triggered abilities. Rarely Silas. That's also a triggered ability. Yeah, it says activated abilities on the card. Yeah, Mechanist Arsenal. Or Machinist, rather. Pumps it up. Each art of. Oh, run Simulacrum Synthesizer. This is a good backup plan. Just like, well, all my dwarks are answered. Go get him, my dudes. Only your second year playing Magic. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Reading's hard. Thank you for getting a deck review, though. I think this is good to go. All right, hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Enjoy the music and the deer, and I'll be back soon. Hang on. I'll be like 3 minutes. Okay, I've returned. Hello. All right. Next up. Doesn't have a name on it. Oh, Arai. Arai. Aha. I found the name on it. Okay, this is an Umbris deck. Another mill deck. Mill-ish. Mill adjacent. The bets? Yeah, no, the bets are awesome. I saw them live in November last month. All right. Do we have... Okay, hang on. Currently watching those somewhat side screen content as I'm gaming on my day off. Just call me Arai. Hello, Arai. The idea is first and foremost to beat people to death with Long Furby, which is an Umbris deck, so I'm going to turn on my Firefox. Beat people to death with Long Furby because the thought of that amused me as soon as I saw the secret lair drop, using various ways to get stuff into exile and really beef it up to enable this. Currently still pulling together in the paper stage. Okay. Trying to keep the overall price down. I don't want to go more than $40 to $50 a card. I really feel like there's something missing. And while I definitely feel like it has potential here, I'm still missing something. I'm not sure what it is. Okay, so I need everyone to understand that Umbris gets fucking huge. This monster gets giant. I hate the Darkness Crystal. I hate the Water Crystal. Don't run them. In a two-color deck like this. Okay, so all right, I'm vibing with just about everything happening here. Not final act. Okay, but we're vibing though. We're vibing. Okay, Maddening Cacophony. Please tell me we don't have Bruvac. Okay, good. We don't. I would like to see. Okay, that's cute. That's cute. Thing in the Ice also rocks. No, okay. Patchwork Crawler's too slow. Lifelink Haste and then target player. Yeah, no. Just too slow. Captain Nagothrod. Maha, sure. Sludge Monster, okay. Demon. In our 14 Swamp, 14 Island deck. Are we casting this ever? Like, I get the idea. But, like, kind of need a reward, man. If you want to actually cast that card, or we're cheating it in some way. Like, I appreciate the Doomsday Excruciator, however, right? Hullbreaker Horror, but not using the Furby version in your Furby deck. Despicable. Leyline of the Void, of course. Leyline of Transformation. All of your creatures should already be horrors. I don't think a single of the Element Crystal cycle is playable low-key. I think you're not correct. But moving on. Summary Dismissal, I hate. Okay, Summary Dismissal. You exile one spell with it. Like, Whirlwind Denial is 1 mana cheaper. It counters everything. I know it exiles, so, it triggers Umbris, but... No. I do like the Ashiok. They're cute. So. Cloak of fucking Mist. Dude, what are we doing? Aqua's forms right there. Okay, no. I want to like this, but no. Whisper Silk's a little bit better, but... I want to not like the Greaves, but I think sadly I do have to like them. Okay, so... let's add some MDFCs. Right. Bogart Trawler is awesome, right? It's another Bazooka Bog, kinda. Profane. Hey, thank you for the Prime sub, by the way. Glasspool Mimic's really good. Hydroelectric Specimen, Malakir Rebirth, Waterlog Teachings. Still kind of fit the vibe check with me. Okay. And then we're going to cut one more swamp for Sasur Secundi. This is the thing you were missing. 1, black, tap, pay 2 life, sacrifice a creature, draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power, activate only as a sorcery. You play a 5-drop. I just realized I don't remember if I hit the, I don't know. The next one is Ashley, officially trash. I don't know if you are on the docket today, unless your name's Ashley. Officially trash. Ah, it's Ash in your name. We got it. How do you submit a deck? Read the description of the YouTube stream. But Sasur Secundi here. You pay 5 mana for Umbra Sphere Manifest. It's huge. You immediately tap it to Sasur Secundi, and then Sasur Secundi just sacks it, draws a billion cards. What do you do with those billion cards? Well, you get to reanimate. You draw reanimate. Grim Servant also can kick around, right? Grim Servant turns into a reanimate super easily. Animate dead. Right. These also work very well with the mill plan that you have. I know it exiles, but there's a lot of other cards in here that mill. And what that means is animate deading you. Feels pretty good. I also like a Douthie Voidwalker. Right. We're milling you a bunch, so also exiling those cards is pretty good. Maybe like a crab. Is it Hedron Crab that's each opponent? Target player. It's a Ruin Crab. Dance of the Dead's fine. I don't like that it enters tap. That's the only big deal. But anyway, there's Ruin Crab. Can you Essence Harvest someone? Yeah, Necromancy is really good. Loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Just like, you run Perplex, you can tutor for it. Right, 6 mana, deal damage equal to Umbrus's power is actually like that's just worth it most of the time. Toxic Deluge is probably worthwhile in a Perplex deck, right? Because you can go get it with the Perplex. Muddle too, yeah. Muddle for Maddening Cacophony isn't nothing. Wait, what was that gain life card? You're talking about Essence Harvest? So with Perplex, this is 6 mana. Blast someone in the head. What the fuck? I didn't know that existed. Well, that's why I'm here, Buster. Let's run a Teleria West, I think. You care about Sasur Secundi enough and also Bajuka Bog enough to probably just tutor them with the Transmute land. Right. Does the ramp suite seem a little low for a 5-mana commander? A little, but like, you can kind of just play on curve. You could run a couple 3 rocks in my mind. Something like, yeah, like you can just play this deck kind of slow, but oh, Singularity Rupture. Hang on, not Leland, Singularity. Singularity Rupture. Right, this is another mass mill card that you probably should be running. I don't really like Dark Ritual. And then instead you run Demir, Signet. Like, this is a Signet deck, I feel. Talisman of, like, I feel like you there is a case to be made for Umbrus being the first thing you want to be playing most games. Mana value equals 3, type, artifact, sort, or O, tap, blot out. Where's blot out? Target opponent exiles a creature or planeswalker they control with the greatest mana value among creatures and planeswalkers they control. No, this is fine. It's okay. I think, though, hang on, dissipate sucks, though. You should probably be on, like, strategic. Does this better? No. It doesn't exile Soul Shatter. But, like, I see your point. Like, you could cut this for Soul Shatter and then just exile graveyards. Like, that's not a crazy take to have. But, I do want to talk about, yeah, strategic betrayal, by the way. Target player exiles a creature they control in their graveyard. That's funny. Like, this is a blot out that is actually worthwhile because it's also graveyard hate. Mana value. Anyway, let's look at rocks again. Mana value equals 3. Oh, what's the name of the one rock? Mirren Safe House or whatever? Activated abilities of all lands. Manascape Refractor. Enters tapped, has the activated ability of all lands on the battlefield. You may spend mana or mana of any color. But this with like Sussur Secundi, right? You can now have 2 instances of burst card draw. And in fact, Malakir Rebirth is probably now worth it if we're sacking Umbrus a little bit for value. Oh, it's already in. Great. Great, great, great. All right, let's play test this now. Deal another hand. Draw. Turn 1, tap land. Next turn. Swamp. I guess we foretell. Manascape Refractor. Okay, so we could drop Umbrus here. I think it's a lot more apt to drop Ushalon here. And then you just exile a non-land thing. And then you have Malakir Rebirth up. And then next turn, Morphic Pool, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you Umbrus with Malakir Rebirth open. Umbrus or another Nightmare Horror Control enters. So typically with Umbrus, what you'll do is you'll just bully one player. Because their graveyard matters more. So I'm going to just pick Kinesos. I think this is an accurate number. 37 is pretty low. Maybe Farrakha. Farrakha's also 37. I'm going to find a deck that I have with 40 lands in it. This is also a very low land count deck. I run really low curve decks, chat. Okay. Judith, not Judith. IR is kind of getting there. So let's play test this. Exile until we hit a non-land. Or until we hit a land. Okay. 8 cards. So Umbrus already is 8/8. And then Ushalon copy. Okay, 9. If someone hypothetically wanted to redeem a free deck review, wouldn't that be the best time on stream to do that? Just do it. It's there for you to use. If there's restrictions on the timing, then it would be on that thing. You know what I mean? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Ashiok, Nightmare, Weaver. Exile the top 3 cards of target player's library. Soul Ring, I guess. Pass after attacking. Get another Ushalon. Right? Okay, so just 1, 2, 3. And then mill until we hit a land. So 1, 2, 3. This is the Ashiok exile zone. Think we use Malakir Rebirth on Long Furby here. 1. Okay, we exiled 1. Next turn. Blade of Selves. That's very good here. Think. Make 2 copies of Umbrus. Jesus, who's honking their goddamn horn outside? 1, 2. Okay, that's both of the Umbrage triggers. I just hit like a billion lands in a row. Still, we're swinging out. Hooray. Get another Ushalon, maybe. Like, okay, this is like exiling shit for sure. Aren't there more triggers? Oh, there are more triggers. You're right. Okay, Nemesis of Reason's pretty slow. So no, I think they each see each other and trigger weirdly. Like, there's a lot of triggers there. Okay, Sus Secundi doesn't have it until it has the counters. Yeah. You would need to crew Sus Secundi before it has the second ability. Anyway, I'm going to put Saw in half in the deck because I think it's really funny with how this deck kind of works. Tips on a Fibblethip commander deck? It depends on what Fibblethip you're talking about. If only you had a large creature to station. Exactly, no. Like, that's why I added this. Is like, Susur Secundi is one of the best of these lands because it's a tap land the first turn you play it. But if you're a deck of big creatures, the moment you get your first big creature, you just draw cards equal to its power. Like, instantaneously. Like, that's just what happens because you just tap it, sack it, you draw. Do we have any lands that we like the abilities of, like Locthwain or War Room? Locthwain sucks unless you want to nuke yourself. Like, I run Castle Locthwain in one of my decks. Do you know what deck I run it in? I run it in Please Oh Please Don't Bog Me, where I have Vilis Broker Blood, and when I activate that and lose 8 life to my hand, I draw 9 cards total, and then Shieldred draws me, or gains me a billion life, right? Like, this is where I run Castle Locthwain. I would never, ever put Locthwain into a deck when War Room exists. Unless you care about nuking your life total. That's when it's good. You run 2 cards in that go. Playing 3 life to get a card is fine. Yes. Paying 3 life for a card is fine. All I'm saying is, I don't know if we're in that situation every single game. Like, here, let's cut an island, by the way, for Lorien. Like, I would rather run Lorien Revealed. This is, instead of 4 mana, draw a card, this is 5 mana, draw 3 cards, and it's also a land. And I don't pay any life. Well, I pay life in so far is that you're going to hit me in the head. But, you know. Wait, this hand's so slow. I mean, Chasm Skulker's here, I guess, but yeah. Okay, this is a keepable hand. Ooh, mama. Ruin Crab. Swamp. Mill, each of you. Once again, we're only going to use Iara for this. Next turn. Secret Tunnel. Oh, we have a Leyline of the Void in play. These are all going to exile. Yay, Leyline. Alright, Silent Hollow Creeper. Hit you with Silent Hollow Creeper, draw a card. Miss. Oh, we don't draw a card off the second one. Fuck. That's so bad. Turns into a Ruined Crab. Yeah, if we wanted more abilities on lands and stuff, like, which I don't even know if we need. I kind of like Manascape Refractors just being a Susur Secundi number 2. Even if we did need extra stuff, I would add a bounce land. I would add Dimir Aqueduct. And now it's a Worn Power Stone. And it also sets you up for some funny... Oh, Dimir Aqueduct's already in, bro. This is great. Arid Archway, then. So here's the thing about Arid Archway and Dimir Aqueduct, right? These actually set you up for very good plays where you can just go like turn to this, discard a card for hand size, Elder Brain, reanimate the Elder Brain on the next turn, right? Like discarding a hand size is actually a positive when you have reanimates in your deck. Give me your Aqueduct, pick this up. Start a Sludge Monster. Ooh. Thief of Sanity. And there's the Manascape Refractor. Speak of the devil and it shall appear. So all of a sudden, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana total. So you can go Umbrus, Blade of Selves. Like, this is pretty good. Would you consider Scavenger Grounds? Yeah, Scavenger Grounds is probably pretty good. I kind of want to keep the Arid Archway, though. So let's just add both. Scavenger Grounds. Arid Archway. Oh, finally, we're defaulting to a land that is cheap enough now that is not the Final Fantasy Scavenger Grounds. All right, great. I think this is good to go now. We could talk about like maybe now running, in addition to Tulare West, the Land Tutor Expedition map, but I think this is fine. I don't think you need to worry about that. Like, I'd probably cut this Ashiok for it. One card missing, by the way. Oh, great news, guys. Let's talk about Expedition map. Okay. Ash, you're up. We have Pier and Toothy. What about Wayfarer's Bubble? I think you don't know what Expedition Map does, and that's okay, right? Reading is a very hard skill to master, especially for a Magic the Gathering player. World map is 4 mana to activate. I'm officially not happy about it. I would add Urza's Cave before world map. Anyway, we have Ashley here. Hello. I imagine you are officially Ash, right? Yes. Okay, great. So, my deck's plan is to draw. I put counters on Toothy, draw lots of cards by blinking the dork. Okay, so printer, yay. So no budget. I just want to make the deck tighter, more consistent. It's my own homebrew, and I'm pretty proud of it. I wanted to show it off too. I love Simic. I'm an unapologetic Simic enjoyer. Let's playtest this deck. I just want to playtest it first and just get a vibe. Because I don't know if it even looks that bad. I would say I'm maybe wanting more dorkage than you probably have. See, look, okay, we missed a land drop. 37 lands is very bad. We don't even have like a good cantrip, as Snail says, a cantrip coefficient. Okay, instead of a... God, these arts are so good, though. Fuck, we can't cut any of these because they're too pretty. Arbor Elf needs to be in this deck immediately. This is non-negotiable. You need Arbor Elf. I am begging you, please run this card. Type Forest, sort United States dollars. Are deck slots first come, first served, or scheduled? So, if you get a deck review, what's going to happen is I'm going to open them up, and if you are in chat, okay, here's how it works. So, you get a deck review, and there is an option here already. Are you going to be present, or are you not going to be present? If you're not going to be present, you can just watch the VOD. If you are going to be present, great. Here's what happens. While you are present at the stream, if you need to go first because you have a job, you do other things, you have a party tonight, etc., you just say, "Hey, can I go first?" and I'll put you first. Like, literally, it's that simple. It's you will be your deck review will happen on the next week, and from there we'll figure shit out, right? Like, it's not that deep. Also, Yavamaya. and Utopia Sprawl. Yep, Utopia Sprawl. Adding more of these 1-drop dorks so you can play your 3-mana commander into your 4-mana commander seems pretty crucial. And we're also upping your land count at the same time. I would maybe like to see like a Bushwhack as well, right? Fight spell, but it's also a land. Propaganda out. I always hate propaganda. I always cut it from decks. Reliquary Tower actually kind of makes some amount of sense in this deck, which I hate. Blur's a little too slow, I feel. Yeah, I don't like these one-off flickers. I'm generally not a fan of them. So, yeah, I'd probably just get rid of all the one-off flickers. Maybe just add like Planar Genesis. I can't tell me how many times I draw my entire deck in its entirety. Well, don't you just win with Psychosis Crawler at that point? Like, where's Reliquary Tower factoring in on that one? Wouldn't Wild Growth be better not requiring a forest? So, oh, I thought Wild Growth was already in. That's my mistake. I thought this was Wild Growth, not Hardened Scales. I thought this was the funny printing of it. And this is why I always swap them to fucking this, right? And it's also Utopia Sprawl that has that printing as well. But that's why I always swap these to normal arts, because literally that's how I instantly recognize cards, is by the art. Okay. Let's get I like Adonis Kime a little bit, actually. Okay, Conjurer's Closet out. Earth Crystal. I kind of don't like that it only cost reduces half, and then it's another copy. Like, we already have a bunch of counter multipliers. Seems a little win more. Let's get Nature's Rhythm. I think that could be a fun inclusion, right? I always spell rhythm wrong. Nature's Rhythm. Search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less, put on the battlefield, then you can harmonize it with your big toothy. All right, here we go. I'll keep... I'll deal another hand. All right. All right, here's the cost of Reliquary Tower, by the way. This was a fixing land. We would not be as scared about keeping this hand. Okay, luckily it doesn't matter, because we have Whirlpool Rider. Shuffle the hands, and then draw that many cards. So 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll draw 6. 1, 2, 3. Next turn. Dink. Let's get Peer out. Next turn. It's not one of the first 3 turns of the game. Hedge Maze, Surveil 1, Graveyard 1, Soul Ring 1, 2, 3, Toothy. We did it, guys. And then someone plays like Karavek the Merciless, and we lose. Okay, we put 2 counters here. Oh, when Toothy leaves, we draw a card. Okay. Now I'm seeing why we like the one-off flicker spells now. However, I don't like the I knew there was a trigger on it. I didn't realize it was when it leaves. I thought it was when it died. So, okay, Fathom Mage out. I'm afraid. The one-off flickers are nice, but I think we can do better. I really don't like Tail's End. It's kind of narrow. Okay. So, exile creature ID equals blue. Zach, thank you for the Prime sub. return. So the question is, are there good flicker spells? There's Deadeye. Seems a little slow. Ooh, we could do displace shit. Okay, yeah, no, displace and ghostly flicker and hide on the ceiling. Right, exile X objects. Exile X gameplay objects from the board. Hide on the ceiling is also really good because you can get rid of blockers for your opponents. And then you run Archaeomancer. Step through. Eternal Witness. Right. Oh, you already have Eternal Witness. Great. Okay. So Eternal Witness or Archaeomancer. And in fact, instead of Archaeomancer, let's run Timeless. Right. And then we don't run Step through anymore. So Timeless Witness, Eternal Witness returns any card from the graveyard to the battlefield. Now Displace and Ghostly Flicker are repeatable instances of value as opposed to one-offs. And sure, one-offs are fine and all. Also, I don't really like Windfall in this deck. I know Wheels are good for you, but Windfall specifically sets your opponents to your hand size, which is maybe bad for you. But I like Hide on the Ceiling because it gets rid of blockers, and I like that a lot more than your other flickers that you had running. And then these two being able to, even in a game where you're not toothy, because you get like pinned under a Dranith Magistrate or something, Ghostly Flicker and Displace here work with Timeless Witness and Eternal Witness to create value loops with other ETB creatures, which I don't even know if, like, you can Whirlpool Raider, I guess, a bunch. You drug card. Okay, this is Labman. You just don't have other ETB creatures. I see. Spark Double feels a little win more. I say let's get a couple ETB creatures in here. Yeah, I Windfall. Okay, what you're saying is true insofar as if you have a billion cards in your hand and you Windfall, your opponents will lose the game. But you are the one who's going to have the least number of lands in your, or cards in your deck, right? Like, if you Windfall, like, you've already drawn the most cards with this deck. Let's be real. I'd Fathom Mage because of Lila. Yeah. Both are good. Like, sure, we can run both of these. You could also run the evolve creature. Mana value equals 1. Evolve, or not evolve, sorry, adapt. Benthic Biomancer, right? This also has a combo with Wizard class. Right, Wizard class says whenever you draw a card, put a counter on a creature you control. You have no maximum hand size, draw 2 cards. And then Benthic, dink, 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 dink. You go until you hit Eternal Witness. You can Eternal Witness back whatever you need. Like, for instance, a Displace or Ghostly Flicker. And then if you have Timeless Witness and Eternal Witness, you can flicker them both and get back a card every single turn, as well as the card that flickered both of them. And then you start getting stupid. Sadly, you don't get Ephemerate, but I'm going to cut Sky Shroud Claim. I don't think you need to ramp into like a really high mana value. It kind of just feels like it's there. I even don't really like the 2 mana ramp you're running. I think I would just rather you be like, I like the instant speed ones because they're just that flexible. But I would rather you be rocking with another Dork maybe, or another ETB creature like we mentioned before. Maybe just something like an Aether Channeler, something cute. Right. Aether Channeler. Maybe instead of running Flip Out the Back, you run Proliferate. You run the Ripples of Potential. Proliferate, then choose any number of permanents you control that had a counter put on this way. Those permanents phase out. Rexage is fine for sure. I don't know if it's needed per se. Like if it was like a Lauren, I'd be a lot more interested. But okay, Starting Town, Rejuvenating Springs. I've been noticing a lot of these games we start on 3. So maybe an extra dork is kind of required. Yeah, we can go. Okay, this one has dorks in it. Let's try this out. But it has a tap land. Am I just cursed? I think I'm just cursed. What's the phase out counter card? I put it on the screen here. Ripples of Potential. I read it. Proliferate. Then choose any number of permanents you control that had a counter put on this way. Those permanents phase out. Okay, let's cut Arcane Signet. Ah, it's such a cute printing though. We can't cut it. Profs is crazy. Maybe it is just like hardened scales. No, that's a lot of triggers and they all get doubled. It's probably actually branching evolution. We put the counters on one at a time anyway. So we don't need to double the counters that we're putting on, right? Good night, Melanie. So because each of these triggers is individual, this is doubling counters, hardened scales. Okay, so cultivate. I want more dorks. Mana value equals 1. Like Birds of Paradise. Findhorn elves. Great. Let's play test this now. I probably wouldn't keep this hand. I would keep this one though. Okay, draw. Hinterland Harbor. Oh wait, no. We go forest, green, arbor, exploration, Hinterland Harbor, Arbor Elf. Okay, there we go. Next turn. Island. So now we have 4 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. X is 3. Tommy of Whispered Hopes. Next turn. One, 2, 3, 4. Toothy. Next turn, we draw a card. Okay, so I don't... I kind of like exploration, but I also kind of hate it. Because in these situations where we're kind of stalling out, it's a little bad. Timeless Witness, get back nature's rhythm. Aether Channeler, draw a card. Damn, we're not seeing a single goddamn land. 1, 2, 3. But here's what we're talking about a little bit, where we can go. Oh, I thought we had. This isn't the one card I wanted. Okay. For more card draw instead of more mana. Not really. I mean, you could like Whirlpool Raider, I guess. Got an Ancient. High Fate Trickster. Maybe let's take out the High Fate Trickster. And then add something like, what's the one card you can remove counters to draw cards? Or, or maybe we run a Fog Engine. Or maybe just Lorien Revealed. Okay, let's do Lorien Revealed. Did we put Lorien Revealed in every deck today? I would not keep this hand. I would keep this one, though. Green, Hardened Scales. Reliquary Tower, Arcane Signet. 1. Wizard class. 1, 2, 3. Here. Surveil 1. Graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Toothy. Next turn. 1, 2, 3 counters here. Go 1, 2. Whirlpool Raider. Oh, no. 1, 2, 3. Riku. 1, 2, 3. Wizard class level up. Draw 2. Triggers 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The 10-10 swing can't be blocked. Next turn. There's Ripples. Whirlpool Raider comes into play. Shuffle the cards from your hand into your library, then draw that many. So we're going to shuffle 4, draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to add 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's like dead opponent. Yeah, that's pretty good. If you need to get a win con out at instant speed, you have Emergence Zone, and then you can also run Alchemist's Refuge. Right? This is another. You can cast spells this turn, so they have flash. Like, we don't need to be on High Fate Trickster. High Fate Trickster is a totally fine card. I want to make it clear. It's just we need to make room for more shit. Is the main deal. Yeah. I honestly low-key want to put a Muddle the Mixture in. Just for the stupid Whirlpool trick rider. Right? 5 mana to shuffle your hand in your library, draw that many cards, and then trigger Toothy that many times, or Psychosis Crawler. Like, it feels like a good play. Yeah, Farseek out. Have we had a single game where having a flyer in play matters? Like, I don't think so. Ash. If you have a problem with, like, flyers and stuff, oh man, someone's getting carjacked or something out there. I would recommend maybe running mana value for Spike Weaver. Right? Like, if you are seriously getting beat down and killed, consider Spike Weaver. Spike Weaver is a 4 mana value spike. You can remove a counter from it to put a counter on a creature, or you can pay 1, remove a counter from it to prevent all combat damage will be dealt this turn. And with this much like counter manipulation in this deck, you are able to just like keep this around forever and just keep, like, if you flicker it with the displace Timeless Witness thing, it comes back with all those counters on it. So Spike Weaver is something to consider if you are having problems getting beaten to death. Not saying it's like perfect for the deck, by the way. That's why I haven't put it in yet. But like, if that's something you're struggling with, like, you can just take out like a Kenrith Transformation or something. Arachnogenesis is fine. Spike Weaver's better though. Spike Weaver has a lot of upsides over Arachnogenesis in this kind of deck. I'm gonna drop this in chat. Okay, we only had 5 deck reviews today because there was another person, but they wanted to do it next Sunday instead. And that's something you can do, by the way. If you can't make your deck review, I'm not gonna just do it without you. Why no Displacer Kitten? It'd be fine. I'm not arguing with you. It'd definitely be fine. Like, it's definitely a good card. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, and then Toothy gets flickered, and then it just, I would want other things with Displacer Kitten, I feel. Like, I like Coveted Jewel a lot. Yeah, but by no stretch is Displacer Kitten a bad card for this deck. Like, definitely run it. That's like saying, why aren't you running, like, Ancient Tomb? It's like, yeah, it's good. I don't really have to blink Toothy that often. What's really good, though, is it brings it back right away. So the joke with Displacer Kitten is you cast, like, Swan Song, or you don't cast Swan Song. You cast Rapid Hybridization on an opponent's creature. Flicker Toothy. It's already back. You draw that many cards. And then it gets that many counters, and then you cast another different sorcery or instant, and then flicker it again. Like, it is a combo, kinda. where you go like Soul Ring, Ozolith, doom, 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 doom. Like you just like you storm off with that. It's very strong. But I believe that's gonna do it for us. Thank you all for watching on YouTube. On Twitch, we're gonna raid out.